Hello everyone, welcome back. This episode of my mini RAD or my RAD mini power bike here. What I'm going to do is a couple things. I've already used this product here. If you're already familiar with this, the what is it? The black tie affair nail polish. I've already used it to touch up my RAD rover. Now I'm going to go ahead and touch up all the areas here where I got scratches from I don't know where and I don't know why. Also, I got scratches on the derailleur cover, and then I also got a scratch up here at the front fork. It just came that way. So if you do have any scratches or anything, you basically can use some black nail polish to cover that up, so I'm going to do that. Another thing I'm going to do is, here's some Plasti dip. Oh, let me see here. There we go. Get rid of that shine, or if that helps. There you go, some Plasti dip here. So I got some Plasti dip here, and what it's black. It only comes in black, that's all I could find. If I could find an orange, I would, but it's okay. I think the black will work with the white. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to be Plasti dipping this piece right here. I'm going to Plasti dip that. I got an empty container, which I'm going to pour the Plasti dip, and then I'm going to be, of course, I only got the lid on it because it takes about half an hour to dry. So I want to put the lid back into the over the Plasti dip on this container. But essentially, what I'll be doing is filling this up, and then I'm going to be essentially just dipping it. And I'll probably do many dips because I just want this to be rubberized, Plasti dipped here. Not too much, just enough that when I use it on the ground for real, it just won't get scratched up. That's just me. I don't know. So I'm going to be doing that as well, and it's going to take a while. It takes about, I don't know, like half an hour to dry. So while I'm doing that, I'm essentially going to take my RAD rover. I'm going to take my extra bike here and my secondary power pack, because I bought two. I bought two and got a $200 discount. So I'll be working on that, and while I'm working on this one, I'll be riding this one, and I'm gonna just have some fun. Anyways, so let's continue with the Plasti dip and take it from there. All right, now that I got my RAD rover out of the way, it's right over there, ready to go for me to ride. Gonna have some adventure. I'll do another video on that while I'm doing it. So essentially, what I wanted to do is I wanted to line this up kind of straight so it's even, and in order for me to do that, I had to lean it up. I had to lean this guardrail up along here. And I do have the kickstand. Of course, there's nothing there, so I do have the kickstand there. And just in case it tips over, it can just fall on the kickstand. So my plan is real simple. Simply fill this up with Plasti dip, and then it's simply just dip, come down, put the cover back on so the Plasti dip doesn't dry out, and then come back half an hour later, and then repeat, and do that, I don't know, as many times as I want. I want it really thick. I really want it really thick. So just in case I do have to fold it and I'm on some concrete or ground, that it doesn't get all scratched up. That's just me. When you pay for things yourself and nothing, this RAD rover wasn't, this mini RAD wasn't given to me. I paid for it from my hard earn money, so I do my best to take care of it. So I'll go ahead and open this up. I'll probably stir it, and then pour it into the container, and then from there I'll just be dipping it, I don't know, 10, 20, however many times I want. Alright, after pretty much mixing it with a paint stick, I've pretty much poured the whole thing into here. It seems to fit. I'm going to go ahead now, just simply, for the most part, I've shaken it, poured it in here. It should be real mixed. And just simply dip it in, take it out, dip it in, and take it out. So let's do the first one. Let's do the first one live, or on camera here. Let me see here. There we go. And here's my first dip. I'm just going to go all the way until I hit the bottom. There we go. Pretty much like that. And then I'm just going to slowly dip it down. And there we go. My first dip. Let's see if we get anything. We get a little drip there. I'll probably dip it again. Let's see if I can get that out of there. And even if it has a little drip to it, I'm okay with it. There we go. And so let me put the lid on, or see how it looks. I'm okay with that. If it does drip, I'll have it drip right on here. But there it is. There's the look of it. Alright, well, now let's give it about half an hour. Let's give it about half an hour, and let's see if we can do this all night. Alright. Alright, everyone, I'm back from my ride. As you can tell from here, if you see my other video, back from my ride from the RAD rover. It's kind of muddy. I'll be washing it off. And the nice thing here is, since I got a water filtration system that takes out all the minerals, I think it's going to be pretty safe to use this water and not worry about rusting too much, as long as I use that compressor to blow it. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, not too bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go ahead and plasti dip it one more time. Let's see if I can do this by one hand without disturbing it too much. Come on. Oh yeah, come on. Alright. Oh, awesome. I already shook it, so let's try this one more time on camera. Let's see if I can do this. It's a little bit darker out here. Just touch the bottom. Come back down. Let's do it one more time. Sure. Okay. Set that right here. See if it drips. Let's take a look at it. It's okay if I get it thick. I don't mind. I want it to be a little thick. Looks like there's a little bulge coming on the bottom, which I'm okay with it. The whole point is to really build it up. I'll do it one more, third time, but I won't go as deep. I'll just barely touch the bottom again. Let's see if I can do that.
Alright. There, I didn't touch the bottom. Let's see how that turned out. It turned out even worse. Got some dripping. I might have to fix that. Or I might leave it. Doesn't really matter to me. Bottom's gonna get scraped off anyway. Anyways, let me cut out and cut back in.
Alright, here we are again. Back to the Plasti dip. Half an hour has gone by. My bike... Oh, my bike is should be clean. Yeah? Yeah. So my bike should be clean. Look at all the dirt that come off. Thanks to the pressure washer there. No pressure washing, but just ran it through that. Excellent. Going to be drying that off with the air compressor. That thing. Cheap Harbor Freight tool. Anyways, let me go ahead and try to get this again here.
Let's see how it looks. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry it's out of focus there, but anyways, let's try this again. Let's try this again here. Alright. Alright, let's Plasti dip this baby one more time. Alright, nice and smooth. I don't have to go all the way. I just have to build that up. And then bring it down really slow. Okay. See how that looks? Oh man, that thing's getting thicker and thicker. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's not drooping. Is it drooping? A little. That's alright. I'm okay with that. As long as it gets thicker and thicker, I'm okay. Nice thing about Plasti dip is that if you mess up, you could just peel it right off. So, okay, I think I'm just gonna do a dip at a time. I don't have to close this up so it doesn't dry up, or it dries up less. And man, that's how it looks. Let's see if I have a flashlight. I might actually have a flashlight here. Yes, there it is. Here we go. How's that look? There it is for you. Not bad. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Looks really good. I don't think it's going to void the warranty, but just something I want to put under right there, so when I do lay it on the concrete or something hard, it won't scratch up against the aluminum, you know. And I paid, what, $1,300 for it, so might as well. Anyways, alright, here I am back again. Probably, whatever, half an hour. Anyways, that bike is clean. Wow. And it's fun to ride. Oh, man. I'm glad I got, I'll be honest, I'm glad I got two. This is going to be, I'm going to use this as well. And eventually, let me dip it one more time. I'm just going to keep dipping it and dipping it. Who knows, maybe I'll make it like this thick. Anyways, let's dip it. Plasti dip. Plasti dip it. Alright. Okay, here I go. I'm going to dip it one more time here. Let's see if I can. There we go. Let's have a look. Put it right there just in case it drips. Let's have a look at the bottom. Let me get that flashlight one more time. Let's see how it looks. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I can live with that. It is getting thicker, isn't it? That's the point. I want it to be very, very thick. I want it to be very thick. So I'll just keep doing it. The whole point is to really get it thick, so when I lay it, it can take it. And so I'll just keep doing it. Alright everyone, I'm back. I had to go somewhere, but basically I raised it with the bucket because I want more, you know, angle. I want it to, when I lift the Plasti dip, I want essentially more towards the bottom here, more on the bottom here. So I need to just angle it this way, and I'm gonna probably do this like, I don't know, 10 times. So next time when I come back, it'll probably be all done. You'll see the finished product. Alright everyone, I'm back. It's the day after, and pretty much what I have here is the finished product of the Plasti dip here. I poured everything back in. I haven't done the nail polish yet, but I'll probably do that after getting this done. And let's take the flashlight. Let's take a look at it. So, okay, so this is that's the empty bottle here. There it is. There it is. Let me see if that's what it looks like. Not too bad. Very thick. Very thick. Let me get over here. Try to get you a better view of it. That's kind of what it looks like. Not too bad. Looks really good. If I could get to the underside, you kind of see that it's that's what it looks like on the underside there, and you can almost see a little flat part here, a ridge almost. Let me see if I don't know if you can see that. And I think it's because the way I did it. Oops. I first had it on the ground, so it was angled a little differently. Then I raised it up a little bit, as you can see, like this, and then it had a different angle to it. So on the bottom it's kind of flat, but anyways, that's how it looks. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm satisfied with it. I'm gonna go ahead and now take it outside and then fold it and put it onto the ground. And also I'm gonna try to put it into the back of my Hyundai Tucson. See if it fits in there, and basically the hatchback rear end of the car. It's kind of like a mini SUV sorta. I'd like to see if it actually fits in there, so let's give that a try. Alright everyone, I got it out of the garage. So this is kind of what it looks like during the day, or it's kind of rained a little bit, but that's what it looks like. It's not too bad. Not bad at all, actually. Looks pretty good. You see a little bit more detail. There you go. Let's touch. You can touch it now. You can see the. You can see a little bit more lines. The lines on the top, right here. Towards the end, I just wanted to dip more of the bottom than on the top because it was just getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And so I'm pretty happy with it. Let's have a look on the bottom side, see if it shows up. I don't know if you can see that, it's probably too dark. Anyways, so that's what it looks like. Oh, watch my head. And not too bad at all. doesn't look that bad. I think the black gives it a little bit of accent. So what I'm going to do now is, now I'm going to go ahead and just fold the bike, put that on the ground, and see how that goes. And eventually I'm going to also try to take this and put it into my Hyundai Tucson. So wait for that. Alright, so here it is, and that's how it looks. Alright, looks good. You gotta get this, you gotta get the pedals folded and put into a certain angle to get it going, so it doesn't hit the ground. Holding it right here, and you know, just getting it right works out pretty good. So far, kind of that's what it looks like so far. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Just put it that way. And then here, let's take a, with my basket, of course. That's kind of what it looks like on this angle. Alright, I like it, and I was very concerned about here, but it's really low. My thumb can't quite go in there, but it is low enough for my index finger. How about my middle finger? Yeah, okay. Alright, so just, let me see here. Just all the way to my knuckle. Of course, this is the size of my middle finger knuckle here. Just barely getting in there. So there's room here. That's what I was really concerned about, hitting this. But it looks like it's gonna work. Okay, I'm happy with it. So I'm happy with it. Okay. So one modification I made to the RADMINI is just putting that Plasti dip right there at the bottom. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think that was a good idea on my part, at least for this, for the Rad Rover. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my car, and I'm going to see if I can actually fit this into the back of the trunk or the hatchback of my Hyundai Tucson. Alright, I'm back here, and okay, this is what it looks like completely folded. I even have the strap on here, as you can see. So the Velcro strap right there. That's the only place I can figure where it actually wraps around two of the frames, both the front and the back frame. That's the only place I can figure where to attach it. Handlebars folded down. This is working out really well. Working out really well. I haven't checked the bottom of it yet, but I'll eventually take a look at it. It almost looks like, if you see it at this angle, you could almost see it being smushed. It's actually kind of being squeezed, like a rubber squeezed, you know. Actually, if you look at it, so it is working. It is working. I haven't picked it up yet and looked at the bottom, see what kind of damage it is, but I think it's working right now. So let's see if I can get this into here, which I think it looks like there's just enough room to do it. So let's find out. Alright everyone, I'm back. It does fit. It does fit, as you can tell, but my basket is too big. Without the basket, as you can see, it actually will make it. Kind of sucks. I actually do want to leave the basket on. I don't want to be cutting it off and taking it off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best to fit a square peg in a round hole. Let's see if I can do this. It feels kind of awkward lifting it, but my recommendation is to grab right here and then with your right hand grab right here, and once you do that, you can lift it up, and then the wheels kind of stay on the ground, and then from there, with your right hand grab right about here. This is all I can grab. I got the basket in the way, but grab right about here, and then just put it close to your body. Use your legs, and then just kind of lift it up, at least to the edge. Get the tire in first, and then from there you can just grab right here, and then your right hand, of course, grabs maybe even right here at that point, and or right here, and then you can just kind of put it close to your center of gravity of your body, and just kind of scooch it in there, lift it up, scooch it. But it will fit. It will fit in this. It will fit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fit a square peg in a round hole. Let me see if I can just somehow get that in there. So that's going to be my challenge. All right. It doesn't quite fit in, but it goes in most of it. This is what I've been able to do, but I can't close it. I turned it sideways. I scooched this in, turned it sideways. The only issue is that you can see it's on the derailleur guard, and I don't know if that's a good idea. So I'm going to try one more time. I did have the battery in it. I do have the seat. You can see I do have the seat as well. I have everything on it, so the full weight, full capacity. So I'm going to try one more time. Let's see if I can do this. All right. I'm coming back in, and I've tried many different back-breaking ways to try to put this. I've kind of flipped it. I didn't want to turn it upside down. It weighs almost 70 pounds. I don't want to be messing with it too much. So the closest I've gotten to it was to lay it down flat and then put it in, and then the tires are like out here, and I could possibly just close it and then tie it off, and yeah, I could transport it. The other thing is I can push down the back seats, as you can see right here. I can push down the back seats, push down this seat. Push down this seat as well, and then I think I probably could put this into a vehicle and transport it with the basket, of course. But obviously, if you look at it without the basket on, if you look right here, without the basket on, it does fit into the back of my Hyundai Tucson if I didn't use the basket. Now my challenge is I want the basket there, and that's my conundrum there. That is my problem. But most people probably will not have this setup, and so it does fit. I could probably make it fit if I lower the back seats and put it in there. It gives me a little bit more room. So yes, you can transport this. Unfortunately, my situation, I don't want to demonstrate that because I have the child seat back there. I don't want to take it off and move it on, but I think you can. At least turn it over sideways. I put it sideways down this way, like this being on the bottom, but then it pushes pressure on the handlebars and the gear shifter. I heard it clicking and everything. So if anything, you probably most likely, if you're gonna lay it flat, you want it flat on the derailleur. It's pretty strong, and it obviously it hasn't moved. So if you were gonna do that, lay it down that way is what I would say. Other than that, it does work. So let me cut out here and bring it back out. All right, I'm cutting back in here, and so there it is. You can put it into a vehicle like a Hyundai Tucson. If you had a larger, SUV, it shouldn't be a problem. And if you take the seats down, depending how long your SUV is, you could probably put it in, vertically instead of, sideways like I did, for if you wanted that basket at the end. Anyways, it does work. I had the battery, the seat. It was heavy, but again, if you put it to the center of gravity of your body, use your legs and just lift up, maybe even, it is a little back braking, so if you do have problems lifting up to 70 pounds, I wouldn't recommend it, but I did it relatively easily, and then plus I played around with it, that's why I'm a little exhausted, but it can be done. It can be done, so it's not a problem. Let's take a look at the Plasti dip. I did notice it did crack a little bit, so that's where it started to crack. Let me get the flashlight. Hold on. All right, so let's get that flashlight. Let's take a look at it. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can see that as it was being compressed on the bottom, that or maybe I did something. It did crack a little bit, but don't worry, it's Plasti dip. It's totally okay. I'm okay with it. So it did hold up. Let's take a look this way and see what I can. How's it look? That's how it looks here. Not too bad. It seems to, there's a lot of pressure on this side of the Plasti dip. You see it. You can actually still see it flex and move and everything. But overall, I'm happy with it. It's not that, wasn't that hard to do, and I think for me it was worth it. I just want to keep it pristine as long as possible, but that's just me. Anyways, next what I'm going to do is let's touch up these spots here where there's scratches. Also scratch right there. You could kind of see the scratch. I didn't do that. It came that way. Where else is the scratch? There's actually the derailleur. If you look at the derailleur guard, it's already been scratched up as well. So I don't know what happened. But I'm going to go ahead and touch it up, and maybe in the future I might Plasti dip the derailleur. Maybe not as much as this piece right here, but maybe 1 or 2 dips. Take it off and just Plasti dip it 1 or 2 dips to give it some extra protection. Another thing I was thinking about was Plasti dipping the edge here, because when you drop your bike or you, whatever reason, put the bike on the side, the kickstands definitely get a lot of scratches on it. Possibly even Plasti dip the maybe the tip, maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of things you can definitely just Plasti dip, and it's useful. So let me go ahead and do the touch-up. All right, I'm done. All right, this pretty much concludes this episode. A little Plasti dip, not too hard, very easy, removable. You could do over again. It comes in different colors, so not too bad. You can actually even go ahead and Plasti dip the whole bike if you wanted to, maybe even the seat. Who knows? Anyways, I did do the touch-up paint, and so let's take a quick look. Right here, you can't see a thing. You see that? Black nail polish. Does a really great job. Also right over here as well. Right here, you can't even see it anymore. And then there was a little area right here that looked like it was unfinished paint. Touch that up. And then finally, the derailleur as well. So really
nicely blends in. You can kind of tell, but at the same time, it does cover up. It does cover it up really well. Other than that, that concludes this episode of the mini or RAD Mini folding bike. I showed you how it folds, and it does fit. It does fit in your car, so you can take it out. I think it's a great idea. I have a good idea of how I'm going to use this particular bike. When I take my young one, I may ditch the basket since it may or may not fit in the car. So I may ditch the basket, which is no problem. I'll just cut the zip ties, figure something else out. Zip ties are dime a dozen, so it's not that expensive. But basically, when I take my youngest daughter to pre-K, instead of driving back home and everything and driving back up to pick her up, I usually drive her down, drop her off. Her pre-K's not around here, although in elementary she'll start going to a different school which is closer to here, but drop her off, park near the fitness center, go around to the golf course, to the sports park, to the amphitheater where you saw the big hill, maybe even go fishing. You know, I got about 4 hours where I can go fishing. I mean, just whatever I want during that time. Then go back to the car, put this back into the Hyundai Tucson, and then go pick up my youngest child, and then from there go home. So there is a use case for this. So you know, I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, this is going to conclude this episode. Eventually I'll do a comparison between this and the RAD Rover. Anyways, this concludes this episode. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned.